For everyone, time is measured differently. For myself, it was in days since Sammy had been missing. For Michael, it was days until school began and he lost his freedom. For Vela, time was measured in music, a careless and overwhelming existence where the oral world carried more weight than the physical world. For Claudio and Rory, it was days since their siblings vanished from their lives. For Chandra, I think it was days until she could escape counting days since her little brother's disappearance. But for all of us, time moved at the same rate, calculating days until we found a way to feel important.
Should I play it?
Yeah, we've come this far. It'd be stupid not to do it.
I'm ready, guys. I feel like something exciting is about to happen.
Hopefully this isn't a mistake.
Worst comes to worst, we made the world a little better with some beautiful music.
Just do it already.
Witness. Witness. I have sustained damage. Witness. I have sustained damage. Witness. Witness. Witness.
died. Do you feel it? Do you feel that tingling sensation? That is how it feels to have your soul separate from your body. Do you wish to return to your physical form and continue?
Are you guys okay? What just happened?
Holy shit! Did you guys see that?
See what exactly? You guys put on the record and went into an epileptic fit.
It would have been funny in any other context.
I did see it. It was amazing.
It was the woman made of plastic that I've been dreaming about.
Woman made of plastic? What does that mean, Alex?
She's like an android or something, but she's like plastic.
That's happened to you before?
Yeah, like once or twice. It's been a recurring dream or something.
But the entities that were behind the camera, she destroyed them so easily, and that wasn't Banish she was using.
Do you think she's still in danger? She was stuck in the van.
If she could destroy the entities so easily, I don't think there's much danger she could be in.
But we need to find her! That's why the entity who was living with me had us play the record, right? To wake her up!
I agree. You're right, but what's actually going on here? What is she?
You okay?
Yeah, I am. But forget it, never mind. I can't really explain it yet. It's just a feeling. Give me some time, and maybe I'll be able to put it into words.
So what's the plan here? Do we just go and try and find the van this mysterious android is in?
If only we could have seen the outside of the van, then we'd at least know what we're supposed to be looking for.
Hey, Alex, do you have a minute?
What's up?
I was wondering if we could go somewhere and talk for a bit. There's been something on my mind, and yeah.
So, what's wrong?
Well, I don't know. I've just had a lot on my mind lately, and
Take your time, man.
well, I've just been really depressed lately. Thinking about my sister, my parents, just how much life is going to change from now on. My sister was a lot younger than me, but she really was my best friend. And now she's gone. I feel aimless. We had plans, things we wanted to do in the future, places we wanted to go, movies that we wanted to see, new games to play together. And now none of that will happen. Sometimes I wish, you know what I mean, right?
Bad things happen, but life has to move on, right? You don't have your sister anymore, but you have all of us.
Michael, me, Vela, Chandra, Claudio. We can't replace your sister, but we're happy that you're still here. If you had become a soul survivor, then we never would have met you, and that's really depressing. I'm not the best with these sort of things, but basically I'm saying I'm happy we met you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. This is awkward. Let's go find the android or something.
Let's go! I don't think I've ever loved a woman before. Not romantically, at least. I love my mother, and I love my sister, my cousins, my female friends. I love them, but not in the way that's filled with a romantic sense of love. I've had 7 girlfriends throughout college and high school. None of them lasted long, and I never minded when things were over. Something funny happened that night when I went to bed. I had a dream again. Yes, it was about the android, but she wasn't trapped inside a moving van. She was free and human. In my dream, I knew her very well. We'd been together for a long time. We weren't old. We didn't get old. I knew inside my heart how well she treated me. I knew, for the first time, she was the only woman I'd ever treated well. Inside my dream world, she entered my dreams. She entered my thoughts. She filled up every part of my mind, even the parts I wanted to hide away. She was like the old Bruce Lee quote, "Be like water." She was my water, rushing into all the cracks. Nothing could be hidden from her, but I didn't mind. She didn't judge. She didn't have a place to judge. She, unlike all other humans, was aware of human flaws. She didn't pretend we didn't think about hatred, violence, jealousy, sex. It was a person. She got that. Now, if only she was too. She is, and always will be, a woman made of plastic. I know how funny this sounds, and trust me, I do. How can a woman made of plastic be loved so much by a real flesh and blood human? I woke up the next morning in a cold sweat. What was I feeling? It was like a warm light surrounded me. Someone had flipped a switch in my brain, and I now understood something I wasn't capable of understanding before. I felt a weird joy inside me, like I had a secret no one else was allowed to know. A secret that was meant only for my ears. And it was the android who told me. But I couldn't. I tried to recall the dream, but it was already slipping away to the periphery of my mind. I couldn't remember specific scenes, but I could remember the feeling the dream had given me, and I knew they wouldn't be leaving me. I thought about Michael, then Rory, then Claudio, then Chandra. I had no desire to see any of them. I thought about Vela and Sammy, and I felt weird, like I had done something wrong, as if I had wronged them somehow in the dream. And just like that, suddenly I needed to see Vela. But why? Why did I suddenly have the urge to apologize? No, that wasn't it. Thank her? No, I don't know why. But I needed to find her and do it alone.
I love the fall, but sometimes I hate it. Does that make sense? Of course it doesn't. Probably because I get so sad to see it go. I like Thanksgiving, that's always fun. But like, Christmas? That's always depressing. The celebration always makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, are you really happy, or are you just pretending because it's Christmas?
I never thought of it that way. I love the fall too. It always meant seeing my friends again, but I guess starting school again sucks. You know, I haven't thought about school since like last winter or spring, whenever it was. I don't miss tests or any of that shit, but I miss learning. I was good at school. I'm not a genius, but I'm great at writing, philosophy, psych. I don't think I'm great at anything that helps real life, though. Maybe dreaming. I have a lot of dreams. Things I want to happen. Now, if only they'd be grounded in reality.
What's that thing they say about dreams and poets?
We're sad sacks.
Something like that.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Go for it, Ginger Boy.
What was your world like? The one you came from?
You know, I don't think anyone has asked me that since I've been here. Wow. I try not to think about my old reality, but it really wasn't all that bad. Things are mostly the same. We had more cows, though. Lots of cows. And the music? Different. Your metal is our pop. Isn't that weird? My mother would love your thrash metal. We also didn't say the 90s. We called it the end times. Isn't that funny? We all joked that 2000 would be the end of the world. That and, well, this is gonna sound weird, but we don't look at death the same way. In this reality, death is like giving up or making a mistake. How can you fault someone for dying? We all publicly acknowledge that when someone dies, you're sad for yourself, not for them. That, and
What is it?
we can call our dead. When my grandmother passed away, I was 12. I've spoken to her once a month for the past 12 years. There are phones, special phones. You put in money, dial the social security number of your loved one, and for 3 minutes you can speak to them. You can talk to them about anything, with one exception. Under no circumstances are you allowed to ask about where they are and how they're feeling. If you do, they lose their phone privileges forever, and you have a 10-year hold on your account.
What? Like, for real?
Yes. And we never dream. I didn't know about dreams when I first came here. I had my first dream the night before I met you.
Must be fate.
We also don't have fate where I come from. I think we never put ourselves in that sort of box. You take away your own freedom by even pretending things like that might exist.
What did you see when you traversed the soul space? What was it like?
I don't have the talent with words to explain it. It's something you should see for yourself.
What? Leave my body? I don't think I could ever.
Maybe not, but... Okay, look at it this way. Before I traveled the soul space, I was a different person. Someone who got hurt by someone. Someone who believed they were loved unconditionally. When I was out there, I realized unconditional love exists, but only as something to strive for. It's just a concept. There's no way to actually put it into practice. We can say we love someone unconditionally, and we can act like we do. But it's not to judge people for what they did to you or someone else. To accept someone for being human.
Accept someone for being human? I know what you mean, but isn't that funny? Coming from a human? We're all human. We all have flaws, we all hurt each other, but is that the thing to be fixated on? And I do believe unconditional love exists.
Oh? Have you felt it before then?
So what if I have?
From who? What's her name?
I don't know. It's just, I had this dream. And in this dream, I was loved unconditionally. Whoever loved me loved my flaws and loved my mistakes as much as they loved the things worth making me loved. Is that so hard to believe?
Sounds like a dream. So, who was she? Spit it out. Was it Sammy Park?
No, I don't think so. Maybe it was. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was the android in the van. Maybe it was all three of you as one being.
Well, I think you're a lazy ass half the time, so I don't think I'm the one to love you unconditionally. But yes, keep chasing the missing girl who entered the soul space. I'm sure when you finally find her, she'd love you unconditionally.
Hey, that's not fair. Also, Sammy is out there. She isn't in the soul space. I can feel her out there.
Maybe you're feeling her out there in the soul space.
Maybe. So, Vela, what the hell are we gonna do about finding the android? She's trapped in the van and...
Calm down. You haven't checked Honest in 1999 today, have you? Rory made a thread pointing out a mysterious fan in all the most recent and believable posts. And here's a strange one for you. In one of the photos of Sammy Park, there's a van. He asked everyone who sees the van to reply to the thread and post a location so we can check it out.
Wait, are you serious? How did I not see this? Holy crap. Okay, I need to go back and check. Wow, this is perfect. So that means she's around here then.
Well, I mean, vans have wheels, so it could be far away, but yeah, it could be.
We're gonna need a car.
How else can we catch up to it? Do you have a car?
No. You're forgetting I've lived in this reality for a year. How do you expect me to even have a license? I don't even have a social security number, and I make minimum wage at an arcade.
Damn. I wonder if Mom would let me borrow hers.
Claudio has a van. You could ask him if he'd drive you around. He's a cool guy. He's a bit older than us, so it makes sense. I think he's in his late 20s. You should spend some time with him and Chandra, really get to know them first. Not usually a good idea to ask for rides unless you really know someone. At least where I come from.
Yeah, good idea. You know, this is gonna sound a bit weird. Lately, I felt like I don't even know my own reality. The more I think about it, nothing is as I remembered. When I was a kid, things felt different. Pre-college Alex's life was so much more simple. I never noticed all these things, all these strange things.
That's how I felt right before I left my reality. Maybe you're starting to get it, whatever it is.
Hey, Claudio. What's going on, man?
Oh, you know, just enjoying my day off. Beautiful sun, awesome scent of burgers in the area. It's a pretty nice town, man.
Yeah, Franklin's all right. Days off at the record store must be great. I never worked retail, but I imagine it blows.
Oh, well, I don't really work at the record store. I own it. Didn't you know?
You own it? What?
Yeah, I own all the record stops. I opened the first one when I was 19, about 9 years ago. My grandfather passed away and left me a bit of money. I put the money down, got a business loan, and the rest is history. Every time you buy a record, I see some profits. Pretty sweet deal if I do say so myself.
I had no idea. No wonder you have such a tubular ride, man.
Living the dream, Alex. Living the dream. So what's up, man? What are you up to today?
Well, I wanted to ask you if you drive when we go to look for the android. Rory put up a post on Honest in 1999 about it, and apparently sightings have been flooding in. Once we get a credible hit, you down to go?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. That was smart of Rory. Have you seen him around?
No. I wonder if he went back home yesterday.
No idea. Make sure you let me know when you're ready to go, okay?
What you up to?
I've just been hanging out, thinking about the android.
So that's your thing, right? You wander around all pensively, thinking about unobtainable women?
Wow, I never thought of it that way. Holy cow.
Easy there. I was only kidding. Do you have any leads on it?
Not really. I was thinking we should all get together and talk through what we know so far. Bella pointed out that I don't know you and your brother so well, so I thought I'd change that.
What would you like to know? I'll let you ask 2 questions. Really, Alex? I let you ask me any 2 questions in the world, and you ask me about my dead brother. Look, I'm more than that terrible thing that happened to my family. I really am. I don't want to sound rude, but I don't understand what you expect from me. Am I supposed to continuously tell you how horribly upset I am over the whole thing? I am. It ruined my life for a long time, but I had to move on. I was a kid when that happened. Seriously, man, know when to hold your tongue.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You know, I have a sister. I don't think about her nearly enough. I swear half the time I forget I have one. But she's a lot like you. Easy to talk to, funny, a bit mean. She's smart like you too. Very philosophical.
Where is she?
Who knows? Can't remember.
Have you ever heard of Syndrome de Paris or Paris Shokugan? It's a psychological disorder affecting Japanese people who vacation in Paris. People who have this hallucinate, get delusional, feel persecuted. It's like extreme culture shock. That's what I felt. Except I wasn't Japanese and I wasn't in Paris. I was an American in a tiny Japanese town. It took me a while to get over my fears, but when I did, I made a great friend in a girl named Bera. Bera taught me how to hula hoop, and for 3 weeks straight, we bonded over it. Sometimes, all it takes is one cool person to pull you out of your shell, you know?
I've never heard of that before. It's crazy.
Oh, didn't I tell you I'm doing my master's in psychology? I want to work with kids, mainly foreign kids, and help them adjust. That's what I'm doing my thesis on.
Hey man, what's up?
So, Rory put up a thread on Honest in 1999 looking for the van that has the android. You down to go look for it once we get a credible hit?
Yeah, just let me know when.
Okay, I'm gonna go check out the post again. In about an hour and a half, let's meet up at Burger Joint. Claudio has this van there and he's ready to go once we pick a place to hit up.
Okay, sounds good. I'll let the others know. Oh, do you have Rory's number? I tried messaging him on Onism, but haven't gotten a hit yet.
Nah, never bothered to get it. We can swing by and pick him up on the way if we want.
That's a good idea. He was pretty bummed yesterday when I last saw him.
Oh, awesome! Everyone's here.
So where to?
Who is it?
It's Alex and the gang.
More like Chandra and the gang. You think you're that important, don't you?
It's Chandra and the gang. We're gonna go check out some of the leads on that weird van. You wanna come with us?
Yeah, I'm down. Just let me get dressed.
Do you guys see a van?
I don't see anything. Yo, you want to hear a screwed up story?
Yeah, what's up?
You see that water tower up there? About a week after Sammy Pack went missing, people in my town started complaining about the color and taste of the water. My house wasn't affected because we have a well. So the water company opens up the tower and they find the body of a girl. She has no clothes on and she's been in there for days. What's really screwed up is she was locked in there. You can't really lock yourself in a water tower when the water is 5 feet from the lock, even more so when the lock is on the outside. So police came in and they ruled it an accident. So some girl accidentally climbs on top of a water tower, picks the lock, jumps 5 feet into the water, then manages to lock herself in from the outside. Yeah, I buy it.
Wait, are you serious? How the hell was this not on the news?
It was. Headlines read, "Small Town Tear, Unclean Drinking Water." Somehow these lazy jerks at the news stations managed to turn what was most likely a horrific murder into a gross story that focused more on the quality of drinking water than about an actual person.
How did she get up to the water tower? I don't see a ladder.
Ah, that's what I was forgetting. A logical person would deduce that they removed the ladder so it wouldn't happen again. This is where it gets really creepy. There was never any ladder, and you'd need a really big ladder.
So some crazy murderer with a big ladder could still be hanging around out here?
Yeah, probably. I made a post about this on Onism 1999, but we were never able to figure it out. What's even more screwed up is they never identified the body. Poor girl.
Well, damn. I'm guessing that van floating out there is supposed to be the one they spotted.
That'd be my best guess.
So is it worth swimming out there and checking it out?
Go right ahead!
What? Ugh, hey, you guys suck!
How's the water?
nothing here except some items. Oh well, it's worth a shot.
So where to?
So, do we just walk up to it?
I guess so. Maybe I'll just knock on the back and ask if there are any androids being held captive. Oh! I did not want to see that. I did not want to see that. What the hell is wrong with people?
It's the 90s. People really are losing all sense of moral fiber.
The base is screwed up in this window. The base is screwed up in this window.
Oh, has the Dungeon Master finally sent me the help I requested? Oh, no, you won't do. Oh, this is such a waste of time. I don't understand the process of... Do you know how to science, boy? Have you even had a proper education? Arithmetic, history, Latin, astronomy? That offensive look of disease shows me that you haven't even graduated primary school. How can you look upon me knowing who I am without a proper education? You do know who I am, don't you? I am Dr. I am Hunter! I'm the famous mathematician astronomer from the classical age of Indian mathematics and Indian astronomy, the Golden Era! 499 AD. I ask the Dungeon Master for help with this absurd project he's assigned me, and he sends me an even more absurd apprentice! It's as if he doesn't want me to solve the problem. You do know the problem, don't you? Wow, he sends you down here without even telling you the question. It's his job to ask the questions and our job to answer them! Go back to floor 30 and find out what the question is. Once you know, come back to floor 20 and I will allow you to watch me work. I spent 1,238 years trying to answer this question. What difference will a few more hours make?
The base is screwed up in this window.
Holy crap! Isn't that it?
I can't believe it. We actually found it.
The first step is to calm down. Let's all get around the van, and then one of us will knock. Let's be ready to fight, since we don't know what's inside.
I don't want to sound like a wuss, but why are we doing this again?
Because we have to save the android!
Okay, good enough.
What are those kids doing with this mysterious van? Doesn't anyone else find this a little odd?
So the soul survivors are working with the mall rats.
Don't be stupid. Something isn't right here. Okay, so those kids have the keys to the van. The only course of action is to track them down and ask them nicely for them.
And when they say no, we kick their 12-year-old goth butts.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Wait, can anyone pick a lock here?
Yo, wouldn't it be hilarious if I could? Like, out of this ragtag band of misfit friends, the black guy could pick the lock. And don't pretend you didn't think it. So to answer your racist-ass question, I cannot pick a lock. Well, at least not a car lock. I went through a Sherlock Holmes phase and learned to pick basic locks. You know, antique locks, Egyptian wooden pin locks, a warded lock, RFID locks if I had the right equipment. But definitely not a car lock.
So, just to clarify, you can't pick the lock.
No. Well, probably not.
We're wasting time. Let's go after the brats.